All right, welcome back to the next video in this tutorial series for precision baseball. In this video we're going to cover hits. So we've talked through the different types of outs and strikeouts, and now we're going to look at hits. So we see down here on the hitter card, you see a single, double, triple, and home run. These are your hit ranges here. On the pitcher card, the hits are going to come off of here. So let's talk through the batter card first. So if you roll for Ramon Hernandez against a right-handed pitcher, if you roll a 729 to 1000, that's going to be some sort of hit for Ramon Hernandez. So basically we take a cumulative number of all of these numbers, so between strikeouts all the way down to home runs, and we take a full number here, and then his hit percentage out of all of his plate appearances is this. So 729 to 906, and the way that you can read that actually as a percentage is 72 to 90. So about, what is that, 18% was his single range against right-handed pitching. And if you look at his doubles, it's about 5%. And 0.01% for triples. He may not have had a triple, but he gets the opportunity. Everybody gets an opportunity for the thing, a 1 out of 1,000, even if they didn't have one. And then his home run percentage here is going to be, what is that, 4.2%. So that's against right-handers. Against left-handers, he's at about 3.9%. So a little bit fewer home runs against left-handers than right-handers. So you can kind of look at their percentages and meet out, where they are. He's only about 12% single percentage against lefties, which, that barrels out here. You can see that he's a better better hitter against right-handed pitching than left. And then you can also see that down here, only hits 208 against lefties and 302 against righties. 630 OPS, 859 OPS. There's about 120 point difference between his slugging as well. So all of these numbers sort of match up and line up, and that's when the hit is coming off of the batter card. When the hit comes off of the pitcher card, which for Freddie Garcia, he gave up, what is that, 21%? 21% of his total batters faced were hits. So that's where that comes in. And about 25% against lefties. So you can see here he does a little better against righties than lefties, and that actually shows up here in his percentages as well. So when you're evaluating the cards, when you're evaluating players, you can actually sort of figure their percentages. Do they have a better percentage, of hitting the ball into the gap and hitting a double or hitting a home run, that sort of thing. You can also find some of that information down here, their performance. Definitely better against righties than lefties. So when it comes off of the pitcher card, we'll roll, and let's say the roll was an 800 against a right-handed batter. That would come off of the pitcher card here. And then what we need to do is we need to figure out the hit type. All hit types come off of the batter card. So the pitcher does not determine what type of hit, just that there is a hit given up. So to determine hit types, we don't come here, since this is all a 1 to 1000 roll. We come to this little section here, and it's technically in gray. It's a little bit hard to see, but if you saw it on a computer screen, you'd see that it's a little gray box here. And then we have versus left-handed pitching and versus right-handed pitching. Very consistent with the red for right-hander, black for left-handers. And then you can see that these equate to these single, double, triple, and home run. So if you just kind of come all the way across, you'll see that. And so this first one is his numbers against right-handed pitchers and for singles, doubles, triples, and home runs. Now what we're doing is when the hit comes off of here, we're going to re-roll, and then we'll re-roll our 3 D10 dice. And then you'll check the chart here. Since he's a righty against a righty, you'll check against this chart here. So if it's 1 to 663, that's a single. 664 to 851 is a double. 852 is a triple. And then 853 to 1000 is going to be a home run. So that's when you roll here and it comes off of the pitcher card. So let's just roll very quickly just to see how that is. So let's say it's coming off of Ramon Hernandez's card, 887. 887, we're against a right-hander, and we're looking in this column. So that's here, 729 to 806 is going to be a single. If it were, let's say it was 987, that would be between 958 and 1000, and the result would be a potential home run. Not guaranteed, but almost guaranteed. And for Freddie Garcia, if that same roll came off his card, then that would be against a right-hander into his hit range, and then you would simply roll again and then check the batter card in the right-handed pitching, because he's going against a right-hander. You look over here, 835 is here between 664 and 851, and that's going to be a double, right? You can see that. So that's how hits work. And the next part of hits is figuring out the hit direction. So let's take a look at that very quickly. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so that we can see. Actually, just move these things over here. Okay, we have two different types of dealing with hit direction. So we know the type of hit, but we also need to know where did the hit go, what was the result of the hit, and we have a lot of precision when it comes to those sorts of things. And the reason that we have so much precision in where did the ball go is because we also use that to determine base runner advancement. So just like in real baseball, a hit down the right field line means something different for a man at first base than a hit directly to the left fielder. So those things do come into play, and there's actually quite a bit of subtlety that happens at this level. So we have our basic hit direction and runner advancement chart. You can use this one, or the second option is to use our fields. So you can see here that we have our ballparks, and these are delineated by a single, double, triple, home run, and a D20. So you can use that, or you can use the simple hit direction, which has single, double, triple, and home run. You simply roll 1d10 and then check that 1 to 10 roll against whatever the direction is here. And so let's see about hit direction. Let's say we had a single for Ramon Hernandez, and we want to use our simple chart. We have a 5, and a 5 says a ground ball to center field. So that is the hit direction and the hit type. So it's a ground ball into center field. If we did it again, this will be a blooper down the left field line. And again, 2 is a line drive to left center field. Now, one quick thing, whenever you have a hit to left center field or right center field, that's technically in between two fielders, right? It's between the left fielder and the center fielder. So in that instance, I want to know who picked up the ball, because sometimes that makes a lot of difference as to whether I want to take an extra base or not. So I'll roll again, and then 0 is a 10 for me. And then I'll say, let's say it's hit to left center field. The left fielder will be 1 to 5. The center fielder will be 6 to 10. So in this instance, it would be the center fielder picking up the ball. Obviously, if the hit is to center field or right field or left field, that's going to be that player picking up the ball, right? You don't have to decide down the right field line who's going to pick up the ball. It's the right fielder. Only when it's hit to right center field or left center field. So I like to do that, and I do that for the more advanced hit direction chart as well. Now, I'm not going to cover the runner advancement part in this video, but it'll be suffice to deal with this part up here. A couple things to sort of pay attention to. There's an asterisk here that says the gamer can try for an in the park home run. That's a triple to left center field, a bad bounce, a triple to right center, and another triple to left center. So this one, the outfielders collide. This one is a bad bounce off the wall and right, and this is a bad bounce off the wall and left. So if those happen, you can roll again, and if it's a 1, then it's an inside the park home run. So it will be a 2, and that still remains a triple. The other option down here is to rob home runs. Now, on a home run, you would roll over here, and if the home run if the number was a 4 that you rolled, or if it was a 6, this hit is just over the left center field wall or just over the right center field wall, and that is an opportunity for robbing a home run. Now, on the more advanced, the ballpark sheet, there are more opportunities to rob home runs, but here we just have the 2, left center field and right center field. And here you're going to use the fielding charts that we had gone over in a previous video. We'll use the fielding chart, and we'll use the the outfielder's range. So whoever the outfielder is, he'll have a range. So like Mark Ellis has a range here. All the players have a range. So Chris Singleton has a range of 0. So you would use his range and then do a 1 to 1,000 roll off of the Rob home run chart. And then depending on his range, he actually has a little better opportunity or a little worse opportunity to rob a home run. I've had it happen one time in all the games that I've played, and it doesn't happen very often. With this chart, it's just kind of blanket. It doesn't matter where you're playing, you can try to do that. It doesn't make sense in left center field at Fenway Park to try to rob a home run. No one can rob a home run there, so use your discretion. And if you want a more advanced hit direction chart, then we'll use our ballpark charts. So you can see our ballpark charts here. The whole top section has to do with sort of the dimensions of the ballpark. You get a nice view of the park itself. And then down here, you can see that we have 4 different columns: single, double, triple, and home run. And what you do on, let's say it's a single for Ramon Hernandez, we'll roll our D20. We get a 15. We look under the single column at 15, and that's a ground ball to right field. A 16 would be a line drive to right field. A 3 would be a ground ball down the left field line. So that gets past the third baseman, and it's down the left field line. So not directly to the left fielder or left center, but it is down the left field line here. So there's a difference between here and here as far as runner advancement is concerned, which in real baseball, there's a difference as well. Blooper down the right field line, so this one is a ball that falls somewhere in here. And a line drive down the left field line. So again, that's past the third baseman down the left field line. So let's say it was a home run, and we have a 3. That is here. So a line drive into the stands in left field. So that's, into the stands over here. And a 13. Fly ball into the stands in right center field. A 4. Just over the left field wall. So that's when I was talking about robbing home runs, this is where you're going to get an opportunity to rob home runs. Now with this ballpark sheet, we have a lot more information, and we have to take that information into account. So before the game, and when you're doing your preparation for the game, you're going to want to look at the wall heights. And this is left field, right field, and then left center, center, and right center field. Now, in order to rob a home run, I've set it arbitrarily at 10 feet. The wall height has to be 10 feet or less for you to rob a home run. I don't think it's realistic for most players to rob home runs on a wall that's greater than 10 feet. That might be a spectacular play, but that's not necessarily, I think, where it should be. So a lot of wall heights are going to find themselves in that anywhere between 5 to 10 feet. But some, ballparks are built a little bit differently. At Safeco, there's a 15-foot wall down the left field side. And then in left center, right around here, it comes down and it is a little bit smaller. So left center, center, and right field, you're able to rob a home run. If there was a ball hit to left field, no one's going to rob a home run on a 15-foot fence. So the ball would just be gone. And if it was over the left field wall, we would say it was just over the left field wall. If it was a home run just over the left center field wall, now we're at 7 feet and there's an opportunity to rob the home run. So basically you roll against, again, you take the range of the outfielder, and you'll have to roll for that. So left center field, you have to roll and see, 1 to 10 would be the left fielder, 11 to 20 would be the center fielder, because again, it's hit to left center field. So you figure out who is going to be the fielder. And then for a roll of 4, that would be to the left fielder. And now you look at the left fielder's range, and then you roll against his Rob home run chart, or the Rob home run chart. Couple of extras. There's one down here, a 20. It says re-roll. If it's a 1, it's an inside the park home run. Otherwise, you can just call it a home run to right field. The idea there is the ball is hit to right field, and it would be an inside the park home run. There are some special ones here. So fly ball off the glass windows in right field. That is out here. You can't see, I'm pointing to something off screen. So off the windows in right field would be out here. There's some skyboxes or something out there that you can hit them off of. Off the batter's eye in center field. Obviously that's out in the center field part of the ballpark out here. So there are just some different things that you can do that are ballpark specific. So some of these results are going to be specific to Safeco Field. Here, if you hit it off the roof truss when the dome is closed, that would be a ground rule double. So that might be an interesting something that happens within the ballpark itself. If you have Fenway Park, there's some really interesting ground rules and things like that. Places to hit the ball, interesting parts to hit the ball, as far as home runs, around the pesky pole. Like there's just different things that you can do there. So that is hit direction. So you can either use the more advanced hit direction with the ballpark cards, which are fun, but it is a little bit more to do, or you can use the hit direction for the general hit direction runner advancement. In the next video, we will cover what to do with runners on base. Maybe not a proper runner advancement tutorial yet, but we'll learn what to do when there's a hit with runners on base.